how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and today we are doing From a Certain Point of View, Return of the Jedi, the book review. So I will tell you guys, I wrote a extensive 6-page script, and as I was getting ready to do this review, I was thinking about if I should read the entire script or make it a little shorter video, and for when I eventually make my Patreon very soon, just make a full, in-depth, each story review, because that's what this script is each story. I'll go over which characters are in each story, and I'll pick a few of my favorites to talk about. But yeah, let's just talk about the concept of the book really quick. So this is 40 stories from 40 side characters to celebrate 40 years of Return of the Jedi. This is ending the original trilogy From a Certain Point of View story. I don't know if we're going to get a prequel or a sequel or whatever, but this honestly did a very good job of also tying in other Star Wars stories. For example, Caravan of Courage is now canon, and we get mentions to the likes of Solo and stuff like that. We even get a little short 5-page comic about Admiral Akbar, where it basically is a punchline to It's a Trap, which was a very mediocre story, but it was still kind of cool to see a comic in this. We also had some stories on some characters that maybe got a second of screen time, if that, that were way too long. For example, the story Dune Sea Songs and Salt and Moonlight was about Jess, who's one of Jabba's dancers. That's literally, I had to look her up, and the only picture of her is really blurry, and it was like 30 pages long, and it was basically just about her working for Jabba because she has a debt, and she has a boyfriend who's a racer, and Princess Leia inspires her to be better. Or the story The Chronicler, which is basically somebody that likes to interview, or that has to interview people for the rebellion. And it's cool seeing her, like, interviewing the main characters, but it was still pretty boring, and I gave it, like, a 3 out of 10. And it was, like, 35 pages long. But you get some characters on here, like Dexter Jester and stuff. Let's just list the characters now. We get Moff Jerjerrod, Max Rebo, EV99, Bib Fortuna, Jess, as I mentioned before, Maliki, Boba Fett, Scion, who Luke kicked, Salacious Crumb, Sly Snoodles, the Sarlacc, Sim Allo, Bright Eyes, which was a dragon on Dagobah, Obi-Wan, Mon Mothma, Lando, TK-151, as in the Stormtrooper, or Scout Trooper, Wicket, Logray, Nora Wexley, Commander Iger, who is just a regular commander, Admiral Akbar, Admiral Seamond, aka Cryand, aka Green Leader, Riz, who's a stormtrooper, Silicat, who's an A-Wing pilot, Cor Lennon, who is a commander about to retire, Nanta, an Ewok, Palpatine, Kezef Groth, a bridge member, TK-423 in a trooper log, which I found very entertaining, Admiral Piet, Royal Red Guards, which also explains why you hear gunshots in the background in the ending scene, Howl, who's a scout trooper, Kiri Neth, an X-Wing pilot, Wedge Antilles, Dora Maar, Dexter Jester, yes, that Dexter Jester, Anakin Skywalker, Admiral Pride, and the Wills. A lot of the stories close to the end actually got pretty good. Fourth of the book was about Jabba's palace, and basically half of the book is Endor and around Endor. We almost immediately go from Endor to the Death Star, which I find pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, we got really good stories. I think the Sidious story really stood out. Same with Dexter's. I think Dexter's might have just stood out because it was right after the Chronicler. But also, Anakin's story was really good. So he begins to pass away and fade when he finally, when he feels all his regrets and relives all the actions that got him to this point. Remember the people he let down. Obi-Wan greets him and helps him through this session. He sees his own funeral and then his children celebrating and realizes his last lesson is to learn to let go and is also forgiven by Obi-Wan. He then fades away with the Force. That was a very good one that I really enjoyed. I mean, seeing Dexter pop up in here and everything. Majority of the stories were good. Unfortunately, some of the bad ones were very bad. Bringing the final score all together for this book is 7.6 out of 10. I enjoyed most of the stories. Like I said, some were kind of drolling on, but some were very entertaining. Let me know in the comments below, though, if you would be interested in like a longer video going in depth on each story. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan, signing off.